Hey guys, this is Manshark Sub LPs. I'm Sub, this is Crusader Kings II, and this is Millennia in the Making episode 23. So we're playing as King Ludolf of Bavaria, son of the late King Otto of Bavaria, formerly Duke of Brunswick, formerly Duke of Saxony. And I feel that I should explain what happened last episode with a little bit of a betrothal and court invitation sort of thing. We want the Barony of Oldenburg, or the County of Oldenburg, my mistake. It's currently held by King Haraldr Fairhair. This dude. He owns Norway, which is quite a sizable realm. We don't want to, but we could go to war with Norway. I'm pretty sure we could take them. Let's just check that to see if I can back up that claim. Norway, are you going to order this properly? Apparently not. I'm going to say they've got about 3,000 guys. I might be wrong. Well, they definitely don't have less than this, so unfortunately he's probably got more than I expected. I'm not seeing him. Scotland's doing pretty well for itself, 4,000. Afghanistan's doing much better than it is in the current era. There it is. Norway has 3,000 guys. What did I tell you? So, we would be hard-pressed to defeat them. I mean, we've got, what, 5,600 at max. That's increased a lot because last episode we increased our crown authority. We could also change our succession law now, but we don't want to yet. So, if we declared a holy war on Oldenburg, or a holy war for Brunswick, which would give us Oldenburg, the problem there is that nearby Norse rulers are going to join this guy. He's also got a couple of allies which I'm kind of wary of, like the Sorbian and the Pruthinians over here, you know. The other chiefs are just sort of indifferent. They're vassals. And he's vassals as well. No, he can't be called into the current war that Haraldr here is involved in. Considering that some of those rebellions, you know. But we'd get all of Scandinavia and probably a fair amount of England. These guys at very least, Vjorvik, King Ragnar of Jorvik, would come at us. And the last thing you want is a big Norse invasion. So, what we did is we checked out the County of Oldenburg's claimants. One of these guys, Lothar, is our cousin. Doesn't particularly like us, so, you know, whatever. That's because he's got a claim on Saxony. But it's a weak claim, so we're not too concerned about it. But he has a strong claim on the County of Oldenburg, which can be inherited via his successors. We'll probably downgrade to a weak claim when they inherit it, but it's still a claim. So he currently has 2 children. The first one, Heikki Ödinen, is actually held in Akershus. Here, is that Akershus? That's Akershus, which is the primary territory of the Norse king. She's being held in, well, as a concubine. We're plotting her murder right now. So, you know, let's just put that out there. You know, we're definitely plotting her murder. And we're doing that because after we kill her, we're going to kill Lothar here. But we don't actually have to do that. We could just... Okay, we may kill Lothar, we may not. I don't know. We'll work that out. But the idea is that this Lothar down here, this child, will then inherit the strong claim. We have to kill Heikki first, because otherwise she may get the strong claim, or the claim on Oldenburg, and that would not help us in any way, shape, or form. Just not a great thing. So, we're making it so this Lothar guy is the only successor, and he is matrilineally betrothed to one of our daughters, so that all of their offspring will be Ludolfingers and not Udinens. And that, after we press a claim on this county, which I'm going to be honest, we might be able to do fairly soon. This guy is not very... like, he's a healthy bastard, but, you know, he's also getting on a bit. So we're hoping that we get a nice little inheritance of a claim that we can then push, which will then reunite our counties here with Bremen. And that will mean that we're one war away from actually reuniting all of the Bavarian lands in a very long sort of string. For the meantime, though, we're going to just kind of wait a little bit. We did have a look at the Pomeranian kingdom last time. We're one county away from being able to form it, though we would need a bit more gold. So we're going to leave that alone for a little bit. And we also increased our crown authority. We can't change crown authority or investiture again during our rule. But in 912, the penalty for changing crown authority, which is -30, so it's pretty big, will go away. And when that does, we're going to tell this guy to fuck off. And we're going to take his duchy. He's still going to hold the county of Nuremberg, but we're going to take his duchy. I'm not too sure what effect that will have on the elector issue, because he is an elector duke. But you know, we'll just see. I mean, this is my first time playing an elective monarchy, which is kind of hard to believe. It's not my first time playing election system. I have played as a patrician in Venice for like 5 years before you get stomped. It's kind of weird. Gottschalk wants to be marshal, but Gottschalk doesn't like us because we fired him from being marshal. So I rule... Actually, no. Let's just leave that indignant pronunciation on hold for a moment. We're going to give Andreas, our current marshal, a chance. That might inspire Andreas to try and improve his martial ability. I hope. I'm not even sure if that's a thing. Whatever. Okay, so the Moravians are coming along nicely. She still does not have a husband. Such a shame. If only she'd marry one of our little guys. She won't even marry, you know, them matrilineally. Won't even marry Gottschalk. It's a shame. Actually, let's just check the succession there. That looked a little weird, didn't it? Okay, so Zdenkov and Mojmir and Kunik. So, Zdenka. Then who? I don't know. What? What do you even own? Where is... This is bizarre to me. Alright, well, I guess we'll just see how that goes at some point. If she's smart, she'll marry a commoner. Because then she can matrilineally... Jeez, I'm just stumbling over my tongue today. First for coughing, now this. Wow. She's smart, she'll matrilineally marry him. And that will ensure that her stuff continues. The Mojmirid dynasty continues. As opposed to whichever dynasty she foolishly marries into. Yeah, I have no idea who these other people are. Zdenka is the only other one that I can actually see a lot of the time. Quite strange. But I don't think we had any de jure... Yeah, we don't have any Casus Belli against her. And we still don't have any... Well, we do have Casus Belli against this guy, but we've got to wait for the truce timer to go away. That's fair enough, really. King Arpad still exists, somehow. There's a Slavonian revolt down here. Yeah, a lot of the time we're just going to have no way to actually get into wars because, well, you can't war against people of the same religion unless you have claims. Fortunately, we have a nice selection of pagans up here. I'm trying to convert these two counties. You can see the supply limit has gone to the normal supply limit for the county because we're holding them, so they no longer count as pagan homelands, but like these ones kind of do, so that's an issue. Not too much of an issue because, well, we can just park a retinue there, and while they will take attrition, they'll also restock. It'll cost us money while that happens, but for example, if we could declare on this dude here, which we can, you know, Holy War for Mecklenburg, and say nobody else joined in, maybe they all hate him for reasons, we could quite easily just park our army on top of that and not raise levies and not do anything like that. We'd be fine. That would be the joy of having a retinue around. We're not going to do that. Yet. And I've just noticed we've achieved 1337 prestige. That's not important in any way apart from an amusing elite speak thing. Yeah, we really don't want to go to Gavelkind because Gavelkind will just split our realm up a lot, even though we only have one child. Who is no longer ill. Thank you, Prince Ulrich. You are a true man. Try not to die. So, yeah, we're just kind of waiting at this stage. I've always said that waiting is a considerable element of this game. We don't have any holy orders we can call on. We can't even... The Pope can't even call crusades at this stage. We haven't actually entered the timeline when crusades are a thing, despite the name of the game being Crusader Kings. So while we're waiting, in lieu of anything else happening, you may have noticed way back in episode 0 that there was a gap in the DLCs that I had enabled. I do own the DLC called Sunset Invasion, but I usually, and as is the case in this game, choose not to play with it. See, over the course of the game, starting in about 1200, hordes show up. The Mongols show up with, you know, free armies of 60,000 men each, and they sweep across Europe and they ignore attrition, and it's just fucking horrible for everybody involved. Wonderful! You guys finally had a child. Does she have strong? No, she doesn't. Have another one. My co-conspirator Halston has sent word that the carriage Heike is travelling on will soon suffer an unfortunate accident. Those things are death traps. Anyway, yes, so Mongols show up, and you get two lots of Mongols. You get the Golden Horde and the Ilkhanate. And at some stage, one of them usually converts to Sunni and one of them usually converts to Shia, so they fight amongst themselves, which is good because it saves Europe. If it doesn't happen, you get kind of issues. We're in a fairly safe area against that if they appear where they usually appear, though I think they're going to appear all the way over here now, in that we're a very long distance away. So while their forces don't suffer attrition, they do still take combat damage, permanent combat damage, which is good because otherwise they'd be literally unstoppable. We succeeded with our plot. The carriage was sent flying over a cliff with Heike still inside it. The driver I bribed has also been dealt with, leaving no loose ends that can tie me to this event. Shame on such a nice carriage, though. So, now we see, Lothar is the only heir, and we could quite easily assassinate this Lothar. Let's do that. So this will be a lot of individuals who are sort of minor players, but let's invite them all. Why not? It's kind of a free-for-all sort of thing. We have some factions. Well, we have a faction. The Prince Bishop of Aquileia wants the Duke of Bavaria to be king. He has 51 men. Great. He's basically meeting up in a beer hall somewhere. And yep, you can see we're quite swiftly accumulating plot power here. Hopefully this goes well for us and we don't have that weird thing happen where people discover us multiple times, so we get multiple opinion malices from everything. That would be bad. Anyway, so the two Mongol hordes show up, and I believe they've reworked the Timurid and the other Turkish guy. I completely forget the guy's name. The guy who basically founded the Ottoman Empire. Wasn't an Ottoman, but they, instead of turning up as hordes, which usually showed up here, they show up as characters in this area in a court, and eventually build up power or something to execute their gambits, which involves them getting hordes. The Sunset Invasion horde adds Aztecs over here. They rock up, and the first and only time I played them was in my Norse game, and I figured they'd show up in the Canaries, or, you know, somewhere where there's an actual, like, sea zone. So if you see up here, this is mare incognitum, which means nothing can be sailed in these. So as these ones here were the only ones that connected, I thought they'd show up there. You know where the Aztecs showed up? Cornwall. They teleported into Cornwall. And Coruna here. Corona. They teleported into Cornwall and Corona. 320,000 Aztecs teleported into Wales. Okay, Gottschalk is throwing up a bit of a stink, so, you know, we're going to tell him to get nicked. He will never be my marshal again. Because I already fired him once, and I don't like having people who don't like me as my councillors. I think that's fair enough. Anyway, so 320,000 Aztecs. And you know how I defeated them? I had 1 million guys sitting offshore in boats. That's how I defeated the Aztecs. It's fucking terrible. It's just, at that point I owned Europe. You know, except for maybe these bits over here. But I owned Europe at that stage, and so I could throw back the Aztec invasion. I understand that the design purpose of that particular piece of DLC was Western Europe is very safe. Because the hordes show up over here, and the hordes are huge and scary, and they'll ruin your game. But Western Europe and Scandinavia, quite safe. So they added something in if you wanted to play with a bit of, you know, uncertainty. Or you could just pick a central nation. I have had the Aztecs show up in a game that I just was playing on observer mode. That playing was in inverted quotes. Just because I was watching things happen. And the Aztecs took all of Spain and spread all the way into about here before they ran out of steam and disease caught up with them. Additionally, they bring a new form of disease. I forget what it's called, but it's some sort of play on the Spanish flu. Oh, it's no, it's not. It's syphilis. They bring syphilis with them and spread it throughout Europe. Yeah. But the main problem with the Sunset Invasion DLC, apart from having, you know, 1/3 dudes just teleport into a province, is it alters how the transfer to Europa Universalis goes. In your normal Europa Universalis game, you've got a nice, well, you've got a nice America sort of thing. It's got native tribes, it's got Aztecs, Inca, Mayans, all that sort of thing. And there's a lot of empty provinces that you can play colonialism in. If you've used the Sunset Invasion DLC, the Aztecs are the Aztecs and the Incans are incredibly technologically advanced. And they're basically on par with Western civilizations, and it's a pain in the ass to deal with. And it also changes how the game plays, obviously, so, you know, because you can't really go over and colonize America anymore. There's barely any native tribes left because the Aztecs have already swept north and taken most of them. So that's why we're not playing with that. For reasons. Money's coming in quite nicely. Let's see if we can get anything. No, we're still building that there. That's fine. That's fine. You know, we probably should be saving up money. Yeah, look, we've got plenty of troops. I feel, at this stage in time. We could continue trying to bolster our economy by buying a castle town here, because we can't actually buy the castle towns in these Bavarian provinces yet, as we don't currently meet the technology. We could meet the technology in Oberbayern, but I'm going to be stingy. So instead, we're saving up money to buy ourselves a king title. The Kingdom of Pomerania, I think. Okay, he's at war with somebody. Who is the East Francian at war with? Right, there's a revolt. An Italian revolt. Still! It's almost over. It's almost over. That's amazing. That revolt has stayed around for quite some time. Legalism in Australialand has increased a level. That doesn't really affect us. I mean, it's our province, but it's not our primary province. I've just noticed something. We have a land border with the Count of Clèves. However, he is currently at war with, right, the Italians. So when that war ends, we may be able to see if we can just get this guy as a vassal. Just, you know, because he's part of East Francia, and more the merrier, sort of thing. Four more years until that opinion penalty goes away. My wife is pregnant. Excellent. I knew remarrying was the right choice. Good thing we got that divorce, huh? We could hold a grand tournament. We could. I don't particularly want to. No, we're saving money to purchase ourselves a kingdom. So, let's talk war. We're going to try and find somebody, one of these guys in the border to us, who doesn't have a lot of allies, or if he does have allies, they're already Slavic. So you can see here, this guy's Slavic, these two are English. That's not terrible. This guy, let's see. I want to check your ally list, thank you. Okay, so these guys are Norse, so that's not great for us. What about this guy? He looks Slavic. I'm not too sure, though. No, he's Romover. So that's, again, not a great thing. Where are the Romovans? Right, they're over here in this little patch in Lithuania, or the area which should be Lithuania. The High Chief of Valendians, Chief of Torquay. He's got a bunch of chiefs, but, you know, I'm not particularly keen on that. Did I check this guy? Yeah, I checked that guy. I checked that guy. I didn't check this guy. So, yeah, he's allied with the High Chief of Lithuania to begin with. Yeah, not great. So, we will probably go to war with the High Chief of the Obertrites. So, he's got levies raised somewhere down here. 20 of 63 men. That can't be all that he's sent out. He's currently at war with the Great Moravians and the Lendians. But he's only incidentally involved in each of those. The Queen is winning the Great Moravian War. The Lendians are slightly winning that. Okay, we're going to do this thing where we start moving the levy into the province. Now, normally you wouldn't do this over a river, because even if they raise up their levies, we're attacking over a river, we're not going to have a great position. But he can't raise up a lot of guys. He's already raised up the guys from his castle, and yeah, so he's not in a good position to actually defend this province. Duke Ernst now favours himself as King of Bavaria. Alright, let's just wait 4 years, and then I am going to fuck you sideways. Though, considering this trade, he might like that. He also has a fair number of allies, I just noticed. Oh yeah, the Duke of Messian. That's alright, because the Duke of Mercian is also one of our allies, Countess of Gelre, so a bunch of counts. If he rebels against us instead of just accepting the title revocation, we might be in for a bit of an issue. But we've got some tactics to work with that. Let's just, come on, 21, there we go. You. War. And we're in. So yep, see, we're taking attrition already. That's okay. I'm fine with that. And what we're going to do is raise up our levies again. We get a lot of troops out of Oberbayern. It's wonderful. And we're going to park all of these guys, except for that who I've incidentally selected as part of the gathering. I'm going to park all of them in Altmark. It's not the best place to park them, but we can't park them in Dimmen. We could park them in Laibach. For some reason, Laibach has 22,000 as its supply limit, despite being held by the pagans. Nobody else has joined in yet. He's raised up a little army. We're just going to go and destroy this army and then head back real quick. See, this army has started up at 0 morale, so basically we're going to show up and kill them. Princess Clara, my half-sister, is an intricate web weaver. Good on her. Now we could try and get some alliances with some people. There's not really a great number of alliances to get, I'm afraid. And they're all with children, so that's not phenomenal. She does have a weak claim on the kingdom which can be inherited, so we don't want to just give that out. So, my dear Princess Clara, how do you feel about marrying this fellow matrilineally? We'd get a massive negative prestige out of that. Oh, geez, no, we can't lose that much prestige. That's just too much. So we're just going to leave her alone for a bit. So yeah, you can see these guys are already fleeing. And they're going to probably all get wiped out. And there we go. Wiped them out. 27.5% war score. And they'll be back on the 15th. And the Chief of Dimmen has been called in. That's this little province here that I legitimately do not care about. That's fine. Militia training ground got built in Andex. This guy, who was, yep, Viscount has joined in on the war. And so has Poland. Alright, so now we've got a fight on our hands. How many troops does Poland have? I'm going to guess about 2,000. He says optimistically. There we go, 16. So, what we're going to do, it's a good thing that we raised up our levies and are starting to consolidate them, which incidentally is costing us a bit of money. This guy here joined in on the war, don't care. Because we've got quite a good start on this. So they're going to try and besiege Brandenburg. Okay. So instead of gathering our troops in Altmark, I'm going to gather them in Messian. Now the idea here is that we're going to take them over to Lausitz and then attack up into Brandenburg. Because that's where all of these troops are going. If we win a very nice battle here, we could just win the war. Oh, no, they're heading up to Dimmen, whatever. So everybody head upwards, because these guys are probably going to try and attack my forces in Wellegrad. And if they do that, we'll just have to ship our guys across this river. Which won't be too much of an issue if the battle is ongoing. Let's see what they do. Yep, so they're going to move into Wellegrad. You guys join up and move. I'm not sure if that'll stop him. Nope, not yet. Alright guys, it's going to be a massive just send everybody sort of thing. And hopefully these guys hold out as they get periodically reinforced. Wonderful! So we've procured a poisonous viper, and we've sent word that it will soon dig its fangs into Lothar. Wonderful. Yep, so on the 7th, this battle will join. There we go. It's not wonderful for us because we don't have any flanks, but in 2 days we will. Here we go. There. Now we have one flank, and then in... Wow! That long? Jeez. So when I say periodically reinforced, well, we'll just have to see. Another thing that I didn't actually notice was these flanks have like 20 guys in them. The heavens can teach us much, and you have been engrossed in the science of astronomy for the past several days. You have learned the names of the celestial bodies and the various constellations, and how to use the stars for navigation. Your learning has improved. We've gotten this because we elected to improve our learning. So it's not just it's just a comet, not an omen of the end times. We've gained 1 point of learning. Wow. Okay, so this flank here should collapse. My daughter is an elusive shadow. Good on you, Hedwig. You got any nice marriages lined up for ya? Who's this? Prince of the Byzantine Empire. Now that would be one hell of an alliance. Who won't marry matrilineally though. Let me just see. She doesn't have any claims. Is she my first daughter? Yeah. None of my daughters have claims. That's fine. They may get claims. Well, no, they won't because none of these will be pressable. So, we're going to marry her off for an alliance. Marrying her to the Byzantine Empire would be a strong alliance, and they might actually come to our aid against Italy. They do have religious differences against us, but that's because they're Orthodox, and I'm Catholic. And there's really not much else. We don't want to marry her into the Carlings, because, well, fuck the Carlings, and not in the way that, you know, marriage would entail. So, yeah, we'll definitely marry her off to someone. Just order them by rank. Armenia, Bohemia, Galloway, Moldau. You can see who these will give us alliances with as well. We want to pick somebody which is fairly close to us, sort of thing. But not, you know, stupid. So yeah. Yeah, we're going to do this. This will get us 123 prestige. And it will only be a betrothal at this stage because the kid is only 15 years old. Come on, battle. The Duke of Messian has joined in, though he was already kind of involved. That's because he's my friend. Yep, so we're reinforcing a little bit better now. We've got a main battle going on. You can see both columns are being depleted. Failure! Lothar managed to evade the snake, which slipped away into the darkness. A massive snake hunt is now underway, but at least no one suspects my involvement. We'll just have to try again. Yep, there's our betrothal. Wonderful. They can marry now because he has aged up in the meantime. Send. 5 days. And there we go. We have gained a powerful ally. A very powerful ally. One of the only emperors on the map. In effect, we're also going to send our Chancellor down to improve relations with this guy. I believe his main title should be in Constantinople, and it looks that way to me. Yep, sure does. We're going to definitely send our Chancellor down to get this guy to like us more. Because, if you see here, while he does like us more than my enemies at this stage in time, his support in any battle is dependent on how much he likes us, as well as how far away and stuff like that. So he would probably join this war, because he's got a net positive 1. We're not going to call him in though, because calling him in has a negative opinion modifier. We've got another guy joining in the war, we've got an independence faction, with, what, 90 guys. Great. And the Duke is supporting his own little claim. That's fine. Now, before I forget, the Chancellor, Donald MacGirac, you're going to Constantinople. Grats. Make him like me a lot. And we've won this war, or this battle anyway, which has given us another 24.6 war score, as well as the usual. Now, we're losing men. We're going to send them over to Laibach, because we have a lot of supply in Laibach. The army of Gottschalk must stay. All other armies need to go. That's good. And they'll all get out in about 10 days. That's right. Additionally, the army of Gottschalk doesn't have a lot of morale, but that will improve fairly swiftly. So here's the disadvantage of having an alliance. They can call you to war as well. So, to the Honourable King Ludolf, blessings upon you and your house. We request that you honour your obligation and answer this call to arms against Caliph al-Mutaz. Declining will cost us 25 prestige. That's not a lot, but it will break the alliance, which we have just worked so hard to set up. If we accept, we will be part of the Byzantine Holy War for Mesopotamia. This one here, which the Byzantines are winning handily. So, we'll accept. You see, we've gotten a big opinion jump there because we honoured the alliance. And, yeah, where's Mesopotamia actually at? Ah, right, here. This land right here. These 3 provinces that he is almost entirely occupied. And we're actually not going to help out. Yeah, I know it sounds a bit cruel and all that sort of stuff, but the Caliph, the Chulanids, which are down here in Egypt, this Emir and this Emir, they're nowhere close to us. So they won't come up and attack us. I doubt they've even got the boats to do it. And they certainly can't march through the Byzantine Empire. If they manage to march through the Byzantine Empire, that war is well and truly lost. So we're just going to say, you know, good game, keep on doing your thing, and let's be fair, the Byzantines have 23,000 men. And sure, the Caliph has 16,000 men. But, well, the Caliph also actually has a really good decadence thing. The Caliph is also really bad at military stuff. Let's just go with that. And yeah, I'm just going to say that, you know, we're helping out spiritually. We're with them in prayer. Okay, so we're going to try and poison Luitpold. That's not Luitpold, that's the Duke. But yeah, we're poisoning Lothar. Do we have the same name? No, I'm Ludolf and he's Luitpold. Right. Always get confused with that. We are losing a fair amount of money because, well, the retinue reinforcing takes a lot out of us, as does having the levies raised. That's the advantage to raising vassal levies over your personal levies. They don't cost you money. This is a big army coming our way. Okay, so they're probably going to try and attack Wellegrad again, but that's alright. Just unite these guys into a single front. I am going to lead this side of the army, thank you very much. I mean, come on. You can lead that side, and you can lead that side. Wonderful. Okay, so we're just going to see what this army here, the Polish army, is going to do when it gets to Diamond. Dimon. So they'll get to this place, Wologorsk, now, and in 8 days they will get to Diamond. Just keep an eye on them. Oh, failure! Lothar did not drink the wine and my complicity was discovered. This is bad. So he's going to get a massive opinion against us. That's alright. I don't care about him. What I care about is now we should have a -10 opinion with all of our vassals. For being dishonourable. Maybe. Apparently not. That's kind of strange. Maybe because it was against some random dude and not against a duke or something. No one cares about the random dudes. Okay, so they're coming up to Restoku on the 31st. Right, so they want to join this series of armies and try and attack down, probably. Or they're just trying to occupy this place in the hope that I won't be able to capture it and then progress the war score. Which is actually a pretty good one because moving a bunch of troops up there will cost me a lot in attrition. So let's see what they do after the 31st. Yep, they're going to sit there. Great. They're probably also waiting for us to see if we move this army here, the army of Christopher, out, because if we move them out, they can just attack down and wipe these guys. Who are the Norwegians at war with? Right, the Moravians. Okay. There's another Polish army, or another army. This one's from actually Dimon, so it's Viscount coming down. That's alright. So that army is getting quite sizable, I must say. Oops, I accidentally clicked on the Norwegian flag. So what I'm hoping here is that the war score from these three pushes us up into the capacity of making peace. And, you know, proper peace, none of this white peace business. If it doesn't, what we'll do is we'll move Gottschalk's army to Dimon and take it. And if they move this army down to here, we'll just, you know, crush them. But before we do that, we would want to move this army to Altmark. Let's just check the times. So, 10 days to get from Wellegrad. And I think it was 12 to get from Altmark. Maybe. We've had a daughter, Brunhilde. Brunhilde or Brunhilda? Either way. Okay, so they're moving some guys around. They're not really doing anything important. This war down here is going swimmingly. You know, seriously, we're fine. We'll win that. Right, they're moving into Wellegrad. You know, I'm actually fine with them moving in, I think. Because I want to defeat them. So we're going to wait till the 18th. Okay, they're all moving in, so we kind of just want to see what they do if we try and move our troops. 21st, 20th, and 19th/20th. And they stop. So that's too many troops for them to continue moving in, which is fair enough, I reckon. Stop them, and yep, we've got... This guy is kind of indecisive about what he's doing. Whether he's going to move down to Brandenburg or not. A little odd. So, yeah, we're just kind of waiting on this siege timer to progress. And we're definitely losing money, but, you know, it's nothing we haven't done before. In bed. Alright, so, Duke Leutpold. He's got a lot of plots, this dude. He's my friend, though, I think, isn't he? Let's check that. Yeah, we're friends. We're good friends. My co-conspirator has sent word that a massive pit of manure has been prepared under the floorboards of an abandoned inn on a path Lothar will travel with his escort. Once they are seated at a table, kaboom. It's a pretty intricate plot. The Marshal is letting us know that the Oberbayern garrison is or the levies are reinforcing at 1.5 times speed. Technology's coming along alright. We're doing alright. I think. We're doing alright. Really like more military tech though, so that I could just keep pumping military organization. We've got some movement. The Polish army is headed down. If it's just the Polish army, I am completely fine with that, but no, it's not. They're all going to move in. Okay, what we're going to do here might be a little risky, but you see here, the Polish army will get into Welograd on the 21st. All the other armies are getting in around the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th. So what we're going to do is on the 20th, we're going to order the army of Christopher to move over to Welograd. It will take him, 10 days, so these guys are going to have to hold out for a while, but I'm confident that they can hold out. So we just wait till the 20th. There we go, and we order the move. They may still stop. They will not stop. Wonderful. But the other guys have. That's what we were going for just then. We were trying to stop these guys from getting in. So, we're getting smashed. Getting smashed really bad. Come on. Oh, crap. No, we might have lost this. 4 days, 4 days, 4 days. No, he's fleeing. Fleeing hard. Hopefully we don't lose them all. Okay, we've just killed Lothar. Wonderful. Oh, come on, one more day. Hold out. Hold out. Sweet. Okay, success. Lothar perished in a manure explosion. Unfortunately, the farmer who provided the manure revealed my name. Good, but bad. So, good news here. We've reinforced. And their center column has fled. This guy died. Okay. Okay, so you see our center column is now technically flanking, which is kind of an odd state of affairs. We're not doing a lot of damage, which is odd because we are so much better than these guys. Ah, there we go. Now we're going to do some damage. There, kick their teeth in. 25 more war score. Wonderful. Unfortunately, our retinue is severely depleted. We can't press for peace yet. So now what we're going to do is take our 3,000 guys and send them up here. We're going to try and sweep through these armies. If these guys move in, we might have a bit of an issue. But we're just going to have to deal with that. Yep, so if they're going to move in, that's a pain in the ass. You know what? We're going to actually abandon the siege altogether. So, 6th and the 18th. He's going to get him into Welograd on the 6th. Just wait a day. Pause it. Move it again. Still on the 6th. Okay, let's try going down there and then up there. No, same thing. That's weird. Just keep it 2 days more. Okay, he's stopped moving. We have left the siege, but I think we can win this without actually winning any sieges. The Jarl of Jorvik, or Jorvik, is in the war. We are definitely going to lose troops from attrition. But we're just going to have to deal with that. Bang. War is joined. Battle. Battle is joined, I mean. Flanks are collapsing pretty fast. Excellent. Okay, this wasn't actually the guy who we wanted to improve relations with, though. The Ecumenical Patriarch of the Orthodox Church now likes us a little bit more. We actually wanted this guy to get better relationships with us. But, you take what you get. So let's win this war already. Battle. Should stop getting those mixed up. Those are completely different things. One flank's gone, 2 flanks are gone. Last flank led by the Chief of Pomerania. Jeez, I'll tell you what. It's a tough battle. Here we go. You lose and deal a lot more damage in the melee phase than in the skirmish phase, obviously. There we go. 8% war score. Wonderful. Now you head down here. While this army can just head back to here. So on the 11th, we'll get into Dimmen, and we'll definitely catch the guys trying to move into Welograd. There we go. And we should really smash through these guys. And as soon as this finishes, we're going to order a move back to Altmark or Brandenburg. Come on. Engage in melee. There we are. We didn't even engage in melee. 4.8 war score. Wonderful. Come to... Wait, which one's faster? Altmark is on the 14th. Brandenburg is on the 7th. Go to Brandenburg. Will you accept peace? No, it is just a flesh wound. Your arm's off! Alright. 5 days. And these guys can't actually besiege this castle anymore. Which is a massive pain in the ass. However, they are reinforcing, which is costing us a fair amount of money, I might add. Like 3 gold a month. But it's acceptable. It's definitely acceptable. What we could do is split this army in twain and send them into different provinces, but, you know, we won't do that. They're going to try and gather up troops in Rastoku again. So what we're going to do is come down here and ruin someone's day. Because we're hostile to the Lendians and the Calisians, they're in the war, I think. Lendians and Calisians, no. Why are we hostile to those guys? Let's check that. My diplomacy screen. That's kind of strange. I'm not sure why we're hostile to the Lendians. Wherever they are. Alright, let's just not bother with that. Let's just wait out the reinforcement. Count Adalbert of Thuringen is trying to usurp my title. Chancellor Mayor Albrecht of Arnstadt is supposedly travelling around Weimar trying to find both documents and supporters to help him legitimize a claim on the title. I need to do something about it. Make him disappear. 10 piety, which we lose, and there's a 50-50 chance of killing the guy. I don't think he has a very high chance of fabricating a claim because his diplomacy skill is pretty shit. Try to bribe him, which is we send him 50 gold and he may stop, or leave it alone. We're going to let it be for now, because if we try and assassinate him, there can be a whole event chain of counter-assassinations, and I'm not particularly in the mood to die at this stage. And my intrigue score is utter shit. Well, not shit, but it's below average. So we're going to leave it be for now. Also, it's like Weimar. I mean, you know. It's Weimar and it was from this guy. So, yeah, we're just going to let that go for now. What we could try and do is, no, we can't even try and off him. Which reminds me, we don't have any plots going. Nope. We can't murder the Duke at the moment. How are my fine children going? 11. She has 5 more years until she reaches majority, and he has 6. And, as we predicted, he has gained a weak claim on the county of Oldenburg. So, we're basically waiting for this guy to die and some other people to die, and, you know, it's something to keep in mind for. It's an opportunity, not a guarantee. So yeah, see, our army size has just bumped up a little bit. It's actually quite a well-defended castle, this one. And I think we're getting a... Yeah, he's getting the ticking war score because he controls his areas of Mecklenburg. That's alright. Send these guys over to Altmark. And then what I might try and do is reinforce this guy with, say, 500 troops, just so that we can get a bit of progression. Because it's actually almost the end of the episode, isn't it? King Adalbert of Italy favours himself as the heir to the Kingdom of Bavaria. Since when did he have a say? Seriously, since when did that little shit have a say? Who are you? Who are you? You carling, bad colour-schemed motherfucker to have a say in who runs my kingdom. No, seriously, why the hell has this happened? Is it because he owns elements of, does he personally own any of those? No. That's odd. We may have to retake these fairly swiftly. Because he favours himself, of course. Little moron. And we still have a truce with him for a few years. We can check when. 5 years. So that'll probably be after any sort of revolt that we have for revoking the Duke's title down here. Alright. Nope, that's fine. That's fine. He has earned my eternal enmity. So we'll just keep that in mind. Head on over here. Unpause the game. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new unit. And this lets us divvy up the slots as we will. I want to reinforce these guys with about 600 men. Looks good to me. And that still gives us this 2,000 to throw in if we need to, so we'll put them up in Lieback. And when they arrive, and we can make sure that we're going to be progressing the siege, this will cost us some levies in attrition. And we don't need to call in the Basilius. That would be quite nuts. We're not going to join these armies up because I want to keep them separate. But you can see that we are actually progressing the siege, which is great. And yeah, we'll come back to win that next episode, I think. So we've made a bit of progress in this episode. We're allied with a very strong ally, the Basilius of the... He shouldn't die too soon either, he's 42. And I believe we might be able to maintain a alliance with his children. Maybe, I'm not terribly sure about that. Why is Prince Maracos the heir? Is he running under Ultimogeniture? No, he's running under Primogeniture, so why not this kid? That is baffling to me. Wonder if we can get this kid killed. Oh, we can. But it's risky. It's risky as hell because he's he's technically an ally. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do this. And there's a lot of half-halves. So call in everybody and we'll see how we go. Yeah, I know I said the end of the episode, but hey, once again I lied about that. That's a lot of guys. That is a lot of guys. A lot of Duke class titles as well. So why we're doing this is because he is the heir to the entire empire. Oh, I know why. Okay, so the Byzantine Empire has a funny little thing called Born in the Purple. It's a nice little thing that you get for being born in Constantinople and being a member of a ruling family. The effects are you get plus 0.5 prestige monthly and plus 10 opinion from your vassals. The other effects are, if all other things being equal, you have a succession claim along with somebody else, you get priority. That's what's happened here. You see, Prince Basilius of the Byzantine Empire is the first born son of Basilius Leon VI. So he's first. He's 16 years old. He's first. He is not first in the line of succession. Mauricius is, because Basilius here doesn't have the Born in the Purple stat. Mauricius does. That's why we're trying to kill Mauricius, because then Basilius will be in line, and after him, Sophia. Hang on a fucking moment. Ah, oh, that is so close. That is so close. Oh, I don't want to marry a betrothal. Oh my god, that is so close. Okay, okay. We have a massive plan to do. We have a terribly, terribly massive plan to do. This is probably not going to work out, and I may just be, getting heat exhausted here because I still got these windows closed and all that sort of stuff from last episode when there was all that noise outside. But Princess Sophia here is third in line to the Byzantine Empire, right? She has a strong claim on the Byzantine Empire. She's chaste, so that's an issue, but she's 15. 28th of March. Okay, so next year she will become 16. We're marking her as a character of special interest. And we're unmarking... And no, we're going to keep Lothar marked. So... You know what? I don't care about Ada anymore. Go away. Thank you. So, this may not work out for us. I'm going to just be very clear about that. This may not actually work. But, if we look here at the betrothal options, with Prince Ulrich, my son, the only reason why this is... Well, there are a couple of reasons why this won't happen. So, the Basilius would prefer a matrilineal marriage, -3. He likes us a lot, +5. There are prestige effects for him of +1, so that's a net of +3 at this stage. It's still going to have a -2. Still going to have a -2 there. Because, actually, no. This is why this isn't working. This is my bad. Prince Ulrich is too young, -3. And base reluctance, -2. If we could get rid of that too young modifier, then we would be able to get a marriage happening here, like a normal marriage, a non-matrilineal one. If we did matrilineal, then yeah, he'd marry her. Easy. We're not doing that. Do we have a plot going on? Yeah, we do. We're trying to kill Prince Mauricius. You know what? We're going to put that one on hold. Wow, really? Can we get a divorce? Yep. Because apparently we're also blood related to this woman. What the hell? Is she married to anybody important? I mean, is she, like, related to anybody important? The Count of Hainaut. That's it. It'll be easier than Elfinger. So yeah, we request her divorce. Get back to me in a moment, Pope. We might not actually be related to these people. It might just be like, yeah, we totally say that. Wonderful. Now, we see if this comes true. Betrothal to us. Yes! Excellent! Excellent! This is great. This is exactly what we wanted. Done. Let's get that message back. Yes, yes, excellent. Excellent. This is good. This is good. Because a year isn't too long to wait, and we may still be able to impregnate her in a year's time and get children out of her, and that is the important part here. Pretty sure we could also press for claim at the moment. No, we don't have any valid reasons. That's fine. Now, we got some assassinations to plan, and then we will end the episode. Alright. One of these two. Basilius. Nope, you're going to be really hard to kill. Yeah, really hard to kill. Mauricia's here, though, is quite easy to kill. So, yeah, invite everybody again. Shouldn't have ended that plot. I was ending it because I wasn't sure whether I would be able to divorce the current wife. Just check on how this war's going, too. Kind of forgot about that. Okay, the Pope has given us 200 gold. That will help us form the Kingdom of Pomerania rather swiftly. Additionally, we can't see the chances of this, but we need 450 gold to attempt a paid assassination on Prince Basilius. It might not be very good because he has a very high intrigue stat, as does his, well, look at that. He has a counselor with 26 intrigue. That's his spy master. I don't know who his spy master is. Let's try and find his spy master just real quick. Who knows? The annoying thing is that he may have one of his vassals being a spy master. Also, they call them different damn names down in Greece. So he's the ecclesiarch, he's the chaplain. He's the strategist, I believe that's the military guy. Yep. Here we go, this guy, because he's scheming. Whoa! Damn! This guy is phenomenal. He won't join in either. And he kind of likes his liege and doesn't like me, but wow! That's insane. Anyway, let's end the episode there. We've just pulled off a fairly interesting thing that I hope we can exploit at some point. I never expected to be married to the third in line to the throne of the Byzantine Empire. But anyway, let's not get sidetracked. We're going to end this war next episode. But for the meantime, if you've got any questions, comments, that sort of thing, feel free to leave them for me. I'll be happy to answer them. Like it if you liked it. Subscribe if you want more. And yeah, I've been Sub. You've been yourselves. Later.